All right, so this is my topic proposal for the IMS 452 thesis project. I'd love to try to attack interactive media installations. Let's talk about them first a little bit. So installations are pretty commonplace since I'd say about the 70s or so, and anything from live performances to award shows to product releases for, say, Apple or like a McLaren car launch. Um, but probably in the last 10 years or so, designers have focused on getting the users involved and acting as if they're part of the installation, interactivity. And so, what that looks like, there's several ways that they're doing this. Touch is pretty common. Touch screens obviously pull the user in and let them interact and change the environment. But also motion, think of like Connect or any type of camera related gaming, that type of situation. They also do numerous types of tracking, whether it be eye tracking or just motion tracking people in front of the screen and the background reacting to where they are. And also by using bodies within the projection. So as people walk through, the projector can live render edit so that the image still looks good, and you almost won't even notice that the person's standing there. So that's a couple methods that they use. I'll probably focus a little bit more on, touch screens and trying to get some type of interface that communicates with an installation. Um, so my design background that will help me with this, I focus a lot on UX and UI. I've done several mobile app mockups, a little bit of animation, I've done a lot of the usability research process. So I think in terms of focusing on interactivity with users and how they're going to work with things, I think this will pair well. I haven't done a ton of animation, and especially in the with the tools that I'm going to talk about here in a second. Um, but I think that at least what I do know will carry over well. And so we can look at this really quick. Um, it's just an animation that I did for a chore app, and I used Animojis from Apple to add character to it. Um, so we just have subtle animation there, and that's all we'll do for now. Um, so moving on, I already have a potential client working with my external reviewer. Um, we're going to design a couple things for the Miami Fashion and Design group for their fashion show. These are a couple pictures from them. Um, but basically, we're thinking of possibly doing an animated background for the catwalk, and this could be some type of moving animation that's reactive to music, and it'll react uniquely to each song that plays. We won't have to do that ourselves; it'll just be programmed, or something that interacts with the models. To think of like a spotlight that'll come on and follow them for their first couple of feet when they walk out. Um, and I also would love to try to do an installation outside of the event that interacts with the customers, users, I guess, as they walk by or as they're walking in. Um, and this could be at the entrance, it could be off to the side, it could be within the actual fashion show room. We're not sure exactly what that would look like yet. My external reviewer has been Nicholson. He has done a lot of installations for concerts and product releases. This is a picture of Kanye West's Life of Pablo tour, which Ben was the project manager for, I believe. And this is a pretty cool setup, so I just thought I would show it really quick. But so Ben knows a lot about After Effects and the other main programs that I'll be using to animate these things. So he's going to be a lot of help, and I just thought he was valuable enough to mention. So I'm going to have to learn by doing a little bit. I haven't used these two programs, which are Notch on the left and Touch Designer on the right. Um, but a couple things about the programs, they don't run in time, they're endless. So once you animate something, it doesn't run from a start to finish with keyframes like After Effects does. They'll work endlessly and just keep going until you tell them to stop or until they're programmed to stop. They also work very, very well in 3D, and you can modify their code using Python, which means that we can pretty much customize anything that we want to. And another big feature is that they'll live render, which means that I can control them on the spot using the program as long as I'm connected to the same network as the projector or TV that's showing whatever's going on. And so we'll wrap it up here with just tentative deliverables. So up here on the left is an image that I've modified, and basically the idea would be that users would have an iPad or an iPhone or some type of mobile device that they would have a spinning dial on, and they would get an image that was warped into a bunch of tiles um, of from the MUFD fashion magazine, and they would basically spin the dial around different ways until it lined up, creating the picture underneath. And then there would be an animation saying "nice job." They'd see the picture, and then it would go to another picture and jumble that. And this could be done using Touch Designer or Notch in a way that would randomize the skewing of each individual tile that's changing. But we would be able to set parameters that it would always end up back at zero at some point. So this would just be an initial idea for the interactive puzzle. And then I'd also love to do, like I said, animations for the entrance or for the background of the stage, as well as some sort of app interface that would control these interactive installation pieces. And I think that wraps it up. So thanks.